Judd Pilot was spoiled by his father, Ryan Pilot, when he was a child. Ryan Pilot was a virtual reality software production millionaire. He could afford to buy all the toys Judd wanted. His mother was half Caucasian and half Chinese. His grandfather was a professor of computer science at a university in Chicago. So was his Chinese grandmother. His mother was killed by a bank robber in Chicago when he was only 4 years old. He was then taken care of by a nanny. His father never had time for him. He started to show his emotions in a menacing manner after that. Ryan Pilot got married again when Judd was 7. Judd's menace behavior developed as he aged. He pissed on his servants. He tortured dogs with a needle in their eyes. He bit off a housebird's head. He put a guest house on fire. That's why his father put him in a military school in West Virginia. He remained a troublemaker there as well. He beat his classmates. He was disobedient to his senior officers. He was punished severely every time. One day he took a tank out on the street for a ride and smashed cars on the street. He was going to be terminated, but with his father's pull and payment for the damages, he was kept in. He was in a solitary cell for a month. Later he graduated and joined the Marines at the age of 18. He was disciplined there and did pretty good for himself. He made it to a staff sergeant when he was 25. He was training other military personnel how to shoot at Dallas. 6 months after he turned 25, his father, Ryan Pilot, died from a heart attack. Judd got $10 million in a house in Arlington, Texas. He was sad at first because his father was the only family he had. Later, and free as a bird from inheriting money and real estate, he ignored an order from an Asian American, Lieutenant Ernie Padilla. So Lieutenant Padilla yelled at him. Judd didn't like the officer's attitude, so he punched the officer. The officer punched Judd back. They were separated by a sergeant major. Judd was dishonorably discharged and the officer was fined. Judd didn't care. He had money up to his behind. Judd traveled to the Bahamas, Hawaii, and Jamaica and enjoyed himself with the sunshine, pure blue water, and women in bikinis. He was impressed with clubs. He went to different clubs when he got back in the mainland United States. Later, he bought a movie theater and turned it into a club. The club had a big dance floor and a stage to perform live music. He built another stage for topless dancers for special occasions. There were 3 bars with different styles, Hawaiian, European, and Southern. Outside the bar, there were sand volleyball courts and chairs with umbrellas. He named it Club Wow. The club picked up business and fame quickly. He started to make good money. He was invited to Las Vegas by a celebrity that came to the club. He flew first class and went to Las Vegas. He watched a live singer sing. He watched Elvis impersonators sing. He watched women with a glamorous bikini dance. Then he went to a club called For Your Viewing Pleasure. There was intense but sensual music playing on the stereo. There were 3 women dancing in a flashy dress. Slowly they took off their shirts and their skirts and showed their bikinis with a shining stone on the border. Slowly 2 girls on the sides took off their tops. The middle one kept hers. The audience went wild. They cheered and desired to see the one in the middle topless. She walked off the stage and went where the audience was sitting. She danced around them. Judd looked at her intensely. She was white as milk. She had brown hair. Her behind was curved perfectly. She had little slanted eyes. Judd stared at her more intensely. She noticed Judd's desire and went near him and started to dance very sensually. She went closer and took off her top. Her breasts hung perfectly round and firm, about the size of a cantaloupe. Judd immediately fell in love with her. She gave him a kiss and whispered in his ear, "Meet me after the show, lover boy." "Hi, I'm Judd Pilot. You look so good," he said sincerely. "Thanks, I'm Lucy Exchange. You're not bad yourself. Can I buy you a drink?" "Sure, I want some tequila and some wine." He waved at a waitress. The waitress came by. 4 shots of tequila, 1 glass of Dom Perignon, and a red beer. The waitress took the order and left. After 2 minutes, she came back with the order. Lucy put salt on Judd's hand and lime on Judd's mouth and asked him to hold it. She then licked the salt and took a shot and sucked the lemon out of Judd's mouth. Judd was impressed and wanted to try that. Instead, she put the salt on the top mountain of her breast and the lemon on the mouth. He licked the salt, took a shot, and sucked the lemon. They got closer and kissed. "You want to go to my hotel with me?" "Sure, I got to change first," she said, and sipped the Dom Perignon. They finished another shot and went back to her dressing room. She changed the dress. They walked outside, took a cab, and went to the hotel where Judd was staying. They talked a little and made passionate love. Next day they woke up around 1 p.m. and went to an Italian restaurant to eat. It was love at first sight for Judd. She looked a little bit like his mother. He felt warmth inside when he was with her. He had never felt this good all his life. He had been with lots of women in the islands and in his club, but Lucy was special. He was already thinking about marrying her. The restaurant was beautiful. On the wall by the bar was a painting of artists like Da Vinci, Picasso, Michelangelo, and there were modern paintings of fruits and foods on the wall at the end of the washroom. There were big plants around the restaurant and a big aquarium with a lot of tropical fish. They were seated by a well-mannered hostess in a round chair with a couch-style cushioned leather seat. Judd looked at the menu. "I'm not dressed for this kind of place," said Lucy. "You look fine. So what do you do for a living?" "I'm a businessman. Are you ready to order?" "Yes." A waitress in a brown pants, white shirt, and red bow tie approached Judd and Lucy with a smile. "Hi, my name is Gina. Are you ready to order?" "Yes, I'll have a sirloin steak, seasoned fries, and a beer," said Judd. The waitress looked over at Lucy and waited to take her order. Lucy was ready. "I want spaghetti with meatball sauce, garlic bread, and a glass of Long Island iced tea." The waitress took the order. "Thank you, I'll be right with you." A guy approached Lucy. He was wearing a black suit and red tie. "Hi, babe, I missed you at the club last night," he said. Lucy was surprised to see him, but she acted cool. "Yeah, right, Vinny, you were probably with some bimbo. Come on, I want to buy you lunch and make up." "I can't, I'm with my date." "Listen, I want you to come with me," he said, and pulled her arm. "Leave me alone, you animal." "Hey, let the lady go," Judd cut in. "You got a problem, bozo? I'm talking to my woman." "Look, jerk, I want you to leave us alone." "Who are you calling a jerk, dick-face? You better shut up or you'll be sorry you ever had a mouth." "Oh, I'm scared. Come on, let's step outside." Vinny took out a silver magnum and waved it at Judd's face. "Listen, shithead, you've got exactly 30 seconds to get the fuck out of here. If I catch you with her again, you're dead meat." Judd knew better not to mess with him now. He was not packed with a piece of his favorite semi-automatic. He looked at Lucy as he got up. Just a few feet away, he noticed other men in suits who were giving him a dirty look and reached for their guns. "You better leave, honey. I'll see you later," said Lucy. Judd stared at Vinny and laughed. Then he walked by those men in suits and stared at them, but his body language let them know that he wasn't going to do anything. He walked outside and started to walk toward the hotel. A cab driver approached him and asked if he needed a ride. He looked at the cab driver blankly and nodded. He got in the cab. "Where to, sir?" "Flamingo," he said in a flat voice. He was mad and felt defeated. He wanted to go back and shoot those bastards, but he was soft and gentle after he met Lucy. "Are you all right, sir?" "Yeah, some guy named Vinny stole my girl with a magnum in his hand." "Oh, was it Vinny the Silver Gun, sir?" "I don't know." "Oh, you don't want to mess around with Vinny. He's with Mr. Mongoose." Judd snapped out. "Who is Mr. Mongoose?" "He's the boss of Las Vegas. He takes care of people. He might help you or blow you, depending on his interest." "Oh, I wouldn't mess with him or his men. I would leave the woman and find me another one," said the Chinese cab driver. He spoke good English for a Chinese guy. He pulled in front of the hotel and stopped. "Here we go, sir. Your total is $9.50. Judd gave him a 20 and said thanks. He went to the hotel's bar and ordered a bottle of bourbon and some fried chicken strips. He drank half of it